So yes, I watched something that was actually good for once. I know, y'all guys never thought I would ever say that a show was decent. I've just been a dark, cynical man
with no joy in my heart.
Rings of Power, trash. Book of Boba Fett, get that out of here. Obi-Wan Kenobi, garbage. But recently, I watched a relatively new TV show on Amazon Prime that wasn't bad. Show's called Terminal List. It stars Chris Pratt, Taylor Kitsch, and Constance Wu. So the show is essentially about Navy SEAL operatives going in to kill a terrorist, and then all of a sudden their entire squad gets wiped out, all except for a few characters, including James Reese. He gets home and he starts having some issues due to his concussion that he received on the battlefield. Before long, things start getting a little tense. He's having problems with his recollection of the battle versus what Warcom has to say via recordings.
It was the SDF trooper who panicked, not Donnie.
A mission log said it was Donnie Mitchell.
No, it wasn't, okay? I was there.
He believes that he knows what he's saying and that he knows exactly what had went down and that this was faulty evidence. This has been tampered with. And so people start asking questions, wondering, hey, you know, what's going on? Are you right in the head? You're getting a little crazy here. Do know spoilers maybe in this review. So essentially, he's trying to get all this figured out until he decides to go and do an MRI scan after being told dozens of times, saying, hey, you know, you're having these kind of issues, you're acting a little weird, you need to get your brain checked out. He goes and gets it checked out when he is attacked by 2 armed assassins. Things are getting weird. So you have this situation where when he comes back and talks about the events that have transpired, suddenly these events weren't actually happening. So the question is it Reese or is it Warcom? Now, when I first saw this show on Amazon Prime, as far as the trailer goes, I was a bit skeptical, you know, with the whole thing, the Terminal List, and then, you know, the cut of him saying, stay off my list in the trailer.
Stay off my list.
I was like, it's kind of cringy. I don't know how I feel about it. So, but I figured I would take a gander at it because I had heard that it was actually fairly decent. So I started watching it, and immediately after the first episode, I was like, okay, they got something here. I actually think Chris Pratt did a very good job in this show, playing a more serious Navy SEAL versus, say, you know, Parks and Rec or Guardians of the Galaxy, where he's playing a more comedic character. I think he did a very good job in his role as trying to be this serious guy that's got these serious things that are happening, and playing this badass that, you know, no holds bar, he'll kill you if he has to kind of attitude. And that I really enjoyed. I thought he did a fantastic job. I think there are a couple of good twists in this show that are interesting. A couple of them I could suspect, but I thought the show was pretty decent. I enjoyed it, relatively. The thing that I liked most was the mystery, was him on the hunt, finding out new things about these characters. He pulls a lot of strings to get this stuff done, calls in a lot of favors from Liz Riley, who is a pilot that he saved the life of, or a couple of family members who, after granting him this favor, do not wish to speak with him ever again. I think the characters are all fairly interesting and compelling, particularly James Reese, especially in the beginning. The beginning was what I liked the most for his character, because it's more of, did I do these things? Am I in my right state of mind, or am I seeing things? Because there are moments where he could have been hallucinating. There are memories from his past before the events that have transpired that are not lining up the way they were supposed to be lining up. People were here when actually they weren't. He remembered talking to people when they never had that conversation at that time. You know, and all this stuff is going on in his head, and he's trying to figure it out. But he's also on this kill list of trying to take out these guys that wronged him. And it's this interesting dynamic of, this guy's not in his right mind, but what if he's right? Sort of situation. And that's something that I really appreciated out of it. The editing was very nice. It was very dirty, rough, gritty kind of combat. You're seeing a lot of stuff. You're seeing things that are almost shocking to the eye now, because normally you have a lot of highfalutin characters where they're like, oh, you know, I'm not going to kill you because of X, Y, and Z. No, this guy's like, you're on my list, you're dead. There's a lot of scenes that are actually fairly brutal, like one in particular in Mexico that, you know, I would recommend y'all guys seeing, where he massacres this guy, and I'm like, this is awesome. This is what I needed. I needed a show like this, the guy that just doesn't hold back, and it was something I could appreciate. That both the writer from the book and the director and writers for the show did. If you want a good action-packed murder mystery show with Navy SEALs and kind of no holds bar aggressive combat, I think this is your show. I think it was very good. I don't think there will be a season 2. I don't think there needs to be a season 2. Definitely not. It was an open close show, and that I can appreciate. Now, Reacher, which is a different show on Amazon Prime, I would love to see a season 2 of that show, because that show is also fairly good. But aside from that, from all the crap that's been spewing at us, Disney cramming down, oh my god, She-Hulk, this show, now they're going to have like the Ant and the Wasp 2 or whatever, just constantly shoving these shows down your throat, and you're like, I need something that's decent, I need a palate cleanser, something that's good, that takes me back to when shows were halfway decent, but not something that's super long. Terminal List is your show. Go check it out. I'd recommend it. But with that, I will catch you guys later. Bye!